What is a game? We think of it as play, as something children do to pass the time. But what if games are more than that? What if they are lessons passed down through generations, teaching not just skill, but survival? And what if the ancestors, knowing they would not live forever, left their deepest secrets hidden in the things children do for fun? This is the story of a child who played a game and solved a riddle that had defeated every elder for a century. But the ancestors do not give away their secrets for free. And the prize for winning their game was something no child should ever have to carry. In the village of Akoma, there was a game that no one had won for 100 years. The Nsolo board sat beneath the great Baobab, its 12 pits worn smooth by generations of fingers, its stones, sacred seeds from the first harvest, carefully counted and replaced each season. The elders said the board held a riddle, left by the ancestors when they vanished. Solve the riddle, win the game, and the ancestors' greatest secret would be revealed. But no one could solve it. Scholars came from distant lands. Wise men and women spent their lives studying the board's patterns. They tried every strategy, every combination, every prayer. The board remained silent. The riddle remained unsolved. Then came Thembi. She was 9 years old. An orphan, raised by her grandmother, Eshe, in a small hut at the edge of the village. Thembi was not special, not particularly clever, not particularly strong. But she was curious. And curiosity, the elders say, is the one thing the ancestors always reward. One afternoon, while the other children played, Thembi sat at the Nsolo board. She had no grand ambition. She was simply bored. She began to move the seeds, not following any strategy, just playing, letting her hands guide her. The elders noticed. They gathered, watching. Some laughed, a child, playing a game that had defeated their greatest minds. Others grew still, sensing something in the air, a shift, a whisper. Thembi played for hours. The sun set. The moon rose. Still she played, her small hands moving seeds with a rhythm that seemed older than her, older than the village, older than memory. And then, as the moon reached its zenith, the board began to glow. The light was soft at first, a gentle radiance from the seeds themselves. Then it grew, pulsing, until each pit held its own small sun. The elders fell back, shielding their eyes. Thembi alone remained, her face illuminated, her hands still moving. The symbols on the Baobab, the faded carvings no one had ever deciphered, began to shift, to rearrange, to form words in the old tongue. The child who plays with the ancestors' toys shall inherit the ancestors' burdens. The light faded. The board was still. Thembi looked up at the elders, confused, frightened. What happened? She whispered. No one could answer. Not then. The next morning, the village gathered. The elders convened. They sent for Chandara, the oldest living person in Akoma, a woman so ancient that no one remembered her age. She came slowly, leaning on a staff, her eyes milky with cataracts but somehow seeing everything. She knelt beside the Nsolo board, ran her gnarled fingers over the pits, and nodded. The game is begun, she said. The ancestors have chosen their player. Thembi's grandmother, Eshe, clutched her close. Chosen her for what? She is just a child. Chandara's blind eyes turned toward Thembi. She was just a child. Now she is something more. She carries the ancestors' riddle in her mind. She will solve it, not through wisdom, but through play. And when she does, the door will open. What door? Someone asked. Chandara smiled, a terrible, beautiful smile. The door the ancestors closed behind them when they left this world. The door to their resting place. The door to their secrets. And to their curse. Thembi became a kind of celebrity. And a kind of prisoner. She was not allowed to play with other children anymore. She was not allowed to help her grandmother in the fields. Her only task was to sit at the Nsolo board and play. Every day, from sunrise to sunset, she moved seeds, following patterns that came to her in dreams, in flashes, in moments of distraction. The elders watched. Scholars recorded. Healers prayed. But nothing happened. Days turned to weeks. Weeks to months. Thembi grew frustrated, then angry, then resigned. She began to hate the game, to hate the board, to hate the ancestors who had chosen her for a purpose she did not understand. One night, she ran away. She slipped out of the village and into the bush, determined to escape, to be a normal child again, to forget the glowing board and the watching eyes. She did not get far. In the darkness, she heard a voice, not human, but not animal either. It came from everywhere and nowhere, from the wind and the trees and the earth itself. You cannot run from the game, little one. The game is in you now. It moves when you move. It thinks when you think. It will never let you go until you finish what you started. Thembi spun around, looking for the speaker. She saw nothing. But when she looked down at her hands, they were already moving, tracing patterns in the air, patterns that matched the Nsolo board's pits and seeds. She returned to the village, defeated, and sat at the board again. The ground trembled. The Baobab's roots shifted, pulling back from a section of earth that had been hidden for centuries. A stone slab rose slowly, revealing a stairway descending into darkness. The village gathered, silent, afraid. Chandara stepped forward, her blind eyes fixed on the opening as if she could see what lay below. The door is open. The ancestors' resting place is revealed. She turned to Thembi. You must go down, child. You alone. The game chose you. Only you can complete the journey. Thembi's grandmother, Eshe, protested. She is a child. You cannot send her alone into that darkness. Chandara shook her head. She is not alone. The ancestors are with her. They have been with her since the first seed moved. She will be safe as anyone can be in the presence of the dead. Thembi, trembling but determined, took a torch and descended the stairs. The passage led deep underground, past walls carved with scenes of ancestral life. Hunts, harvests, ceremonies, sacrifices. The air grew cold, heavy with the smell of age and stone. At the bottom, she found a chamber. Massive, circular, its walls lined with shelves holding countless objects, tools, weapons, clothing, masks. And in the center, on a stone pedestal, sat a single object. A mask. It was beautiful, carved from a single piece of wood, inlaid with seeds exactly like the ones from the Nsolo board. Its eyes were empty, but somehow watching. Its mouth was open, as if about to speak. Thembi approached, drawn by something she could not name. She reached out to touch it. The moment her fingers made contact, the mask spoke. Not in words, in memory. Centuries of memory flooded into her. She saw the ancestors' lives, their joys, their sorrows, their fears. She saw the darkness they had fled, a creature of shadow and hunger that had pursued them across the land, consuming villages, erasing histories. She saw them build this chamber, seal themselves inside, and leave the game as the only key. And she saw the creature. Still there. Still waiting. Still hungry. It had not followed them into the chamber because it could not. The ancestors' magic held it at bay. But that magic was tied to the game. And the game had been won. The barrier was weakening. You have opened the door, the mask whispered. Now you must close it again, or everything we fled will follow you out. Thembi understood now. Winning the game was not the end. It was the beginning. The ancestors had not left a treasure to be claimed. They had left a warning to be delivered. And she was the messenger. The creature, she whispered. How do I stop it? You cannot stop it. You can only contain it. The game must be played again, in reverse. Every move you made to win, you must now unmake. Every seed you placed, you must remove. Only then will the door close once more. Thembi looked back at the stairs, at the world above, at her grandmother, her village, her life. If she reversed the game, she would be trapped down here, not forever, but until the game was complete. Days. Weeks. Maybe longer. And the creature, sensing the weakening barrier, would press against it, testing, waiting. She had no choice. She sat on the cold stone floor, arranged the seeds before her, and began to play the game backward. Above ground, the village felt the shift. The ground trembled continuously now. Strange sounds echoed from the stairway. Whispers, growls, the scrape of something moving in the dark. The elders prayed. Eshe wept. The children huddled together, afraid. Days passed. Then weeks. The village lived in constant fear, waiting for something to emerge from the hole, or for Thembi to return. She returned on the 47th day. She climbed the stairs slowly, her face pale, her eyes ancient. In her hands, she carried the mask. Behind her, the stairway collapsed, stone grinding against stone, sealing the ancestors' chamber forever. The village rushed to her, but she held up a hand, stopping them. It is done, she said. The door is closed. The creature is contained. Her grandmother embraced her, weeping. But Thembi did not weep. She could not. The memories of the ancestors, the weight of their centuries, the terror of the creature, all of it lived in her now. She was 9 years old. And she was older than anyone in the village. Thembi never played Nsolo again. She could not. Every time she saw the board, she felt the ancestors' memories stirring, felt the creature pressing against its prison, felt the terrible responsibility of being the one who had opened, and closed, the door. She grew up, but never quite grew old. Her face retained a youthful quality, but her eyes held depths that made even the elders look away. She became the keeper of the ancestors' stories, the only one who truly understood what lay beneath the Baobab. When Chandara finally died, Thembi took her place as the village's wisest, most feared, most respected elder. But she never told anyone the full truth. She never described the creature, never revealed what she had seen in those 47 days underground. Some things, she said, are too heavy to share. The Nsolo board still sits beneath the Baobab. Children still play on it, though now they do so with a strange reverence, aware that the game is more than a game. And sometimes, late at night, when the moon is full and the village sleeps, an old woman walks to the board, sits alone, and moves the seeds in patterns no one else can understand. Playing a game that never ends. Guarding a door that must never open again. Thembi learned that some games are not meant to be won, they are meant to be played forever. That the ancestors do not give gifts, they give responsibilities. And that the greatest burden a child can carry is not a secret, but the knowledge that the secret must never be told. Her story teaches us that the things we do for fun may be more than they seem. That the games we play may have been designed by hands long dust, for purposes we cannot imagine. And that winning, sometimes, is the heaviest loss of all. But what do you think? Was Thembi chosen by fate, or did her curiosity doom her to a life of solitary burden? Should the ancestors have left their secret buried, or was it right to give future generations a chance to know? And what would you do if a child's game revealed a darkness that could destroy everything you love? Let me know in the comments below. The door is closed, but the creature still waits. And in other villages, other children play other games, unaware that the ancestors may be watching. If tales of ancient secrets and the children who inherit them haunt you, you cannot miss the hunter who spared the white lion, later saved by its pride. The link is on the screen right now. Don't forget to subscribe for more original, chilling tales from the Safari of Tales. We play the oldest games so you don't have to. Until next time, be careful what you play. You might win.